How you doing, guys? Professor EDC with another first impressions video. This time we have something from the past. It is none other than Microtech, of course, and it is the Venom Tech model. From what I researched was that this model was taken from the Venom knife, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, I can always be mistaken. And it was a limited edition, and this was special production by Blade HQ. And they asked them to make that knife into an auto, as that's, well, what I gathered of information. But it is a very interesting model. It is made, as you know, Microtech is known among many things because of their autos, right? Because of their OTFs. And yes, this is an OTF. So in modern days, that is, this was made in 2014. This is number 750. And it's 8 years old. 8 years old. And it's preserved in a almost pristine way. And it resembles kinda a neck knife, which it's you wouldn't catch me dead with an OTF or an auto around my neck. And for comparisons, but before comparisons, let me just talk about. Check that out. Some specs. Okay, the overall length, 10.50 inches. Steel, it's made out of Elmex, a great steel. The blade is 5.5 inches, 550. The cutting edge is 5.25. The blade thickness is 0.13 inches. It is a dagger, and the handle length is 4.6. Closed, and here we have a little problem. I'm gonna push that with some help. Closed is 4.6, and the handle, I mean, and closed it's 7.1 inches. So this is 7.1 inches. The weight is 3.70 ounces. It is it was a limited edition. I think it is now discontinued. Well, I'm pretty sure it is now discontinued. And it comes with this cool Kydex sheath. Like I said, I really would not wear this around my neck for many reasons. But let's jump into, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, to the comparisons. Well, I'm just gonna leave it open. Here's the US quarter, our Sharpie, and a number 2 pencil, as well as the Victorinox Huntsman. So you get a good idea of the length. It's it's pretty long. And then let's turn it around. Let's go with the rats. Here we go with the rat number 1. and the rat number 2. So you can see, being the rat 1, a full-size knife, just where it leaves it. Let's go with our Benchmade bug out, and I have many comparisons, and the PM2. Check that out. It is a very, very slim profile, which in the case, all Microtex, Ultratex and all are gonna, of this size, are gonna be just very nice in the pocket. It's using this proprietary hardware, which just in this case I agree with it, because it looks fantastic, and yeah, it's not user-friendly at all, but I would not open an OTF at all. I would send it to Microtech to for them to give maintenance to it, and I open all my folders, except traditionals that are that have pins. I give maintenance to all my folders. So, but in this case, man, that tip is just like the other one. I was going to compare with pretty large, substantial knife folder. This is the Bestech Ascot. Check that out. It's a gorgeous knife, and the Cold Steel Recon 1. How could I not compare it to the Recon 1? Let's have a look. Again, like this. Like I said, it's a pretty small profile. But I also want to compare it with some neckers or neck knives. So this one goes like this. There we go. And this is the QSP Neckmuck, a favorite of mine. Love this thing. Check that. And not only that, but also this glass breaker, man, it's so pointy. If you grab it by the end and it gets to touch the palm of your hand, it hurts. So that's really hanging this, you know, like you were able to see. I was placing it on my chest. And you sit down and your chest folds a bit, and this sticks into your stomach or your ribs or whatever. That's gonna hurt. So not a good idea. But anyways, that's the idea of a necker, right? So as you can see, this is a pretty large necker. But then again, this folder is not for everyone. It's I think it's just more of a collector's piece than anything else. Let's see, I have this other, more of a necker style or small EDC folder, pterodactyl something. I just received this as something that is lent for the channel to review. More will come on that. And this is from a local knife maker as well. So the Neckmuck and this one, what was the name of this one? Hummingbird? I don't remember. Well, first impressions on this to come. But there you see, I find this more of a necker or the Neckmuck. So there you have that. Now let's talk about, I love Elmex for the steel, but like I said, this is more of a collector's piece, of a fun piece, if you will. For some people, it is interesting. I gotta say that it is interesting. I do appreciate people thinking out of the box, outside the box, but it's, you know, and it has that really strong, gotta pull with two hands. So in that sense, you know, it's really not practical. It is practical just taking it out and using it as a waist, perhaps a waist knife, carrying it horizontal and just, you know, cutting something with the tip being like that. But then it would be fun if you're at a barbecue or something and you take out the blade, right? And your friends take a look at it and you start chopping something or cutting something that doesn't require more length. And somebody's going to make an observation of, but that's too small. And then, yeah. Anyways, it is a different piece. I'll give them that. It is a different piece. It's you know, there's always going to be some blade play with OTFs, with most of OTFs. The trigger, it's just too darn, you know, to put it back in. Most of the times I'm gonna need both hands, so it's just too strong. Anyways, it has withstood the passing of time. This is from 2014, and you can see that's something to take into consideration, right? It's in great shape, even though it's 8 years old. And of course, the owners have taken pretty good care of it. So, and in a sense, I like all knives, or most knives, and I can see the positive side in it, but at the same time, I just can't deny the other side of it. Let's just put it that way. But that's the Microtech Venom Tech for you. 8 years after. Hope you enjoyed it. Professor EDC out.